Hello and welcome to A View of Broadway Avenue. My name is Mindy Leadholm and I am the Broadway Avenue Business Liaison for Forest Lake. Joining us today is Jason Pommier, Washington County Construction Inspector for the project. Jason will be telling us about utilities that have been happening throughout the project. So Jason, can you tell us a little bit about what's been going on Broadway Avenue for the past couple weeks?
Well, as far as utility work along Broadway, the contractor has been working on the new water main service for all the businesses and residences. They began their work from the I-35 interchange to 8th Street on the north side, and then there's been a few miscellaneous crossings that needed to cross the roadway. They had to start that work prior to the future combined utility trench because the water main is located directly underneath where that future trench will be located. And also they've been digging a lot of exploratory holes around the project, trying to find and identify existing services to avoid any conflicts and problems that may arise in the future.
So is all of this water main work complete?
The water main work is complete from the I-35 interchange to 8th Street, except for there is some business services that need to be replaced, but the contractor's anticipating doing that work after we have our Backage Road 1st Street open to traffic, so traffic can utilize that. Some of them crossings have to go across some of their driveways and things like that. And there also is a stretch of water main from 8th to 7th Street in that intersection that needs to be completed before we begin our next phase of work. They're anticipating starting that in 2 to 3 weeks.
Can you tell us, besides the water main work, what other utility work will be happening throughout the project?
Well, beginning today, the joint utility trench work is beginning. We've got several boring machines out here. Contractors are digging up, locating existing utilities, things like that, and that work is for the future gas, electric, and phone and cable lines.
So I understand that with this joint trench, there's a few ways that they will be constructing it. Can you tell us what these ways are and where they'll be located?
The contractor is going to utilize several different methods to install their new utilities. One, they're going to open trench where they can. That's just a matter of basically digging a trench and laying the utilities in there. But because of the access issues and that sort of thing, we've got to keep these entrances open for the businesses. They're going to utilize what's called a boring machine, and that's a machine that installs conduit underground where they'll be able to pull their new lines through, and that way that's done underground, so we can go right underneath all these accesses, and there shouldn't be any issues that arise.
Throughout the utility work, I know that there's been some lane closures happening. Can you tell me the reasons behind having some of these lane closures?
Well, anytime we're working next to traffic, it's always nice to have a clear zone, a buffer zone between ourselves and traffic, and that's for everybody's safety. We don't want anybody getting killed. We'd like to have that buffer zone because the contractor has a whole bunch of miscellaneous large equipment that they need to move around. They also need areas that they need to place stockpiles of materials that they're going to use and their equipment and supplies, that sort of thing.
All right, and just one more question, Jason. Once we get this joint trench complete and everything's done along with the road construction, what will the impact be of the utility trench as far as the overall look of Broadway Avenue?
Well, I think it'll be aesthetically pleasing. Everything, all the utilities will be located underground, and when the project's complete, you're going to have a new road out here, and we've got ornamental fencing that kind of goes along some of the bike trails, walking paths, and there's some ornamental lighting, and there's also going to be a future landscape contract for this project that will have different plantings, landscapings, and also some boulevard trees and things like that. So there won't be a conflict with the trees now that all the utilities be underground.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Jason, and for all the information. And thanks to all of you for joining us on A View of Broadway Avenue. If you would like more information on the project, you can visit our website at broadwayavforestlake.info.